It was a great night in Brooklyn as the Brooklyn Nets won their home opener 101-100 over the Miami Heat. I'm Dexter Henry for NetsDaily.com here at the Barclays Center, joined by the great writer from NetsDaily.com, Tom Lorenzo, after this huge win. And Tom, this was a huge win for one reason in particular. 13 times in a row the Miami Heat had defeated the Brooklyn Nets, but tonight that came to an end. How big was that, Tom?
It was huge. It was huge. I mean, look, we talk about preseason games, and the Nets got the best of the Heat in the preseason game when it doesn't count, and here we are tonight in a game that does count. It was a tough go at the end of the game, but look, what happened was the Nets got out into a good rhythm. They got ahead, and most importantly, they were able to close it out. And I think that was the most important thing, especially for the mentality of it and being able to say, look, we've lost 13 in a row. We're here. We've got a new team. And they closed out LeBron James. They came charging, but they finished them off. Yeah, now it indeed was scary then. We saw a 10-0 run by Miami to close things as close as 1 point in one occasion. But the bottom line is a win is a win. You'll take any win you can get in the NBA, and it was great. And after the game, we had a chance to hear from the players talking about just how big a victory this was for the Brooklyn Nets.
What they've done up until this point, up until this year, it doesn't really matter. It's history. I think you show growth, and you got to grow from someplace. At some point, you hope that you cut that 13, whatever the number was. We're trying to obviously, set a new creed here, a new culture, and I guess you start with getting bears and monkeys off your back. So this is a good one to get off.
We need to get on the winning track. We lost our first one. We need to bounce back with a win, and we talked about last year about protecting home court, and we didn't really do that to the best of our abilities, and so we're 1-0 at home.
Well, whenever you trying to establish something against the champs, you got to expect it to be like a playoff type atmosphere. KG really talked about that coming to a game. Expect it to be like playoffs. Don't expect anything to go our way. They're the team to beat. And it was good that we got a taste of this type of atmosphere this early in the season. Just trying to see where we at. Miami, whenever they come in town, they're a measuring stick for everybody. So it was good for us to come out and get the win.
So the Nets got a big win over the Miami Heat, and one of the things we saw tonight was balanced scoring. Paul Pierce led the way with 19 points. Joe Johnson also had 19. Brook Lopez was the only person in double figures on the roster with 13 points, Tom. This team, they have so many ways they can score, and this is something that has to excite the Nets fan base. And, even us watching, this is a good thing to see. This team is very deep, and they're very balanced.
Yeah, ball movement was great tonight. You had 9 guys who scored 6 or more points on that team, which is huge. You had only 2 guys who took more than 8 shot attempts, and that was Pierce and Garnett, each in double figures. But other than that, lots of ball movement, lots of guys getting looks, good touches, and it was able to spread the offense and keep the defense really honest. So I think we got a nice glimpse into what this team can do and how they can continue to improve on the offensive side of the floor.
This is what Coach Jason Kidd is going to see, something he's loved throughout his career playing in the NBA, ball movement. This is exactly what this team does. Looking ahead, this team now hits the road, Tom. They're going to Orlando. That's their next matchup here. How does this team build off such a huge win at home? Their record is now 1-1. They head out to the road. What can they do to build upon this momentum that they have from this game tonight?
Yeah, they just have to keep going out there, and it's as simple as continuing to get in that rhythm and play alongside each other. Coach Prunty said after the game, he said, look, he's like, this offense is only going to get better. And it's true, because now they're only really starting to play together and mesh. Darren Williams was hurt for most of the preseason, was limited in the first game in terms of minutes. So now they're out there playing together. Andre Kirilenko back. So they're able to kind of get into a good rhythm. And I think that's all they need to do is continue to play together, continue to grow together and get comfortable. And that's how they're going to improve. And this offense, again, is only going to really get better, which is scary.
It is scary. Prior to this game, we had a chance to talk to some Nets fans. They were extremely excited about it. A lot of Nets fans were very confident after this game on Twitter, so a lot of more Nets fans excited about this big win. 101-100 over the Miami Heat for the Brooklyn Nets here at the Barclays Center. That's it for the first post-game report of the season. Tom, we've got many more to come this season, a lot more home games that we'll be at, and hopefully be a lot of happy recaps with Nets victories. From the Barclays Center for Tom Lorenzo, I'm Dexter Henry for NetsDaily.com.